Hey guys, welcome to another adventure with Ruins and Ridges. Today, we are taking the steepest route up this mountain, the Mount Eldon Slabs route. There you can see the slabs of volcanic rock that we're headed to. Here's a good point to see the angle of the slabs. I've heard they're like 50 degrees in some places, so that's pretty steep. So the Native Americans lived all around the base of Mount Eldon. Eldon Pueblo is a pretty famous site that's reconstructed, but we often find sherds of pottery throughout the whole base and around the slabs of rock. There you can see 3 sherds, nice orange color. You may have watched Cody's video from Kodiak Studios on the slabs. He scrambled all the way up the slabs, and I did a collaboration with him a couple weeks ago, and if you haven't already, I highly recommend you check out his channel. He's done some pretty epic climbs. The area has many springs and a milder climate than the San Francisco peaks, so it was an ideal spot for prehistoric people. There's like this wave rock here. Would be a good shelter underneath it. So this is the proper turnoff for the slab route, going up the slabs. But if you look, you probably can't see this, but there's a white arrow pointing downward, and that is for the Hellhole Cave. And to get to there, you have to go further down the trail and scramble up. But that's not what we're doing today. We did go there a couple times before, and we couldn't find a way into it. It's just like straight down for like 500 feet. It was crazy. So yeah, but we're going up the slabs today. So we're just following these social trails in this oak forest to the right of the slabs, but eventually we'll need to turn and scramble up onto the slabs. These oak leaves are so slick. So we're almost on the slabs, so that's good. This boulder move is sort of the crux, because it's kind of steep. So getting onto the slabs proper, which we're almost there, just maybe 50 feet to go, is quite convoluted with all these boulders and bushes. And route finding is tricky unless you know the exact route, which I do because in the summer we've been here, but it was too hot to go on the slabs, so we just scrambled around the base here. This is a good viewpoint of the Flagstaff area, but can you imagine how peaceful and beautiful this would have looked before they cut down all the trees and built all the roads and built all the mines? There's a cinder mine there. Start of the slabs proper. Look at these little holes the water carved out.
Mount Eldon is a lava dome composed of dacitic lava flows. Geologists believe that several flow sequences happened in a few months' time, forming this mountain. As the magma cooled and solidified, it contracted and cracked, creating slab-like formations.
So the slabs are technically easier than I thought they would be, but route finding is tricky because you have to zigzag up the right path, and you're just going on rock. There's no trail. We did pass a couple people. They just went straight up, which is what we're doing. Well, that was pretty easy. My mom is afraid of heights, and she wasn't having too much fun, but she still did fine. And now we made it to this section of, from Google Earth, it looked like fingers coming off of the mountain, because there's these rock ribs and ridges, so they look pretty cool. I'll get the drone out. So, if you attempt this slab climb, please don't do it if you're not physically able, because it is very physically wearing on your legs. You don't need arm strength, but your thighs and calves will be sore. This is the steepest 2,000 feet you can do. It's straight up almost. I mean, you're going as much elevation as you are distance, so that means at this angle, the benefit is you get an amazing view. Shame for all the city noise, but what can you do? Looks like there's some smoke rising out there. I don't know. Maybe a new fire? I'm not sure. It's been quite dry, which is perfect weather for fires, wildfires to happen. But it's also perfect weather to do this. In about a couple weeks, this will be covered in snow, and a couple months ago, this was like 100 degrees, so got a short window of time to do this. Well, we survived the slabs, made it just up past the slabs, and now we're headed up this fin, some social trails. Turns out, for me at least, that this fin scramble is the funnest part of the day. It's really fun, and you got these nice trees and aspens and views. And you have to scramble over all these big boulders. There is a fire here, a huge fire, way back in the 90s, I think, that just burned off the summit of the mountain. You can see all the trees are blown to one side. That's how windy it gets up here. There are so many caves in these rocks around the whole Mount Eldon, really. And about 20 years ago, there was this man living in a cave in a drainage, and I think I know where it is, so stay tuned for that adventure. But he was living in a cave for 11 years through winter and summer, heat and snow. And then the Forest Service found him and they made him leave. But I thought that was a cool story. And I think it's just an easy walk on this social trail all the way to the summit. So should be there in no time. Last few steps, and then we'll be on the road, and then it's just a tiny walk to the summit. The town of Flagstaff is there, and man, it looks so tiny. It looks like a toy town. This is the summit of Mount Eldon. Kind of a shame with all these towers, you can't really get a good view, but this is a fire lookout. Mount Eldon. Lookout. That's a good view of the San Francisco peaks. It's actually like the closest view I've gotten. That's Agassiz Peak on the left. There's a huge fire that burned the whole side on the right there. That's Little Mount Eldon over there with those big cliffs. Sunset Crater, and then the Little Colorado River. Grand Canyon is way back in the distance there. And we're going to descend via the Eldon Lookout Trail so we don't have to go back down the slabs. And if you visit these aspen forests, please do not carve your names into them, because it destroys the trees. Unfortunately, so many of these trees have been carved by somebody. It's pretty unfortunate. Like, nobody's gonna care if Tim was here. I'm basically trail running down Just waiting for my mom. It's a pretty steep trail. Lots of rocks. Another fun route looks like going up this big drainage.
The trail is on the north side, so it is much shadier and cooler. The slabs are on the southeast side, exposed to the sun, so plan accordingly.
That big slope right there is basically the slabs. You can tell the angle of how steep it is. Look at how this juniper tree grew into this pinyon pine tree. Those hills out there, you might be able to see that it's kind of like black, and that is cinder, volcanic cinder. That is the area around Sunset Crater. Lots of volcanic activity around here. Made it back to Fat Man's Loop. Now I just gotta wait for my mom. So if you're into scrambling, definitely go up the slabs. Maybe even go down the slabs. The trail was, it's fine, but definitely slabs are more pleasant. There's a lot of loose rock and boulders on the trail here, so slabs are much more fun. But yeah, fun class 3, and that was a good day. Not too hard, but not too easy on the other hand. And yeah, this is just such an amazing area. Lots of volcanic activity. Thank you for watching, and please let me know what your favorite part was in the comments. I'm fenced off. I need to be on your side of the fence.